What's good, people? We're in the phone booth, man. Many-Face Publishing, man. Phone booth status, man. What's happening with y'all, man? So, watching First Take, rare time I watch First Take. They had a good conversation today. It's, Stephen A. Mad Dog, and they mentioned about talking about in the NBA and the 65 game rule, and Kay Cunningham's agent, complaining about the rule, like, because Kay Cunningham, he got hurt, and he has collapsed lung, for those who didn't know, and he's probably going to be out the rest of the season, at least to the playoffs start. He's cleared to play, so he's not eligible. I think he may miss the 65 game mark, but he's not eligible to get any awards. So his agent felt like, hey, that's not right. It's not his fault. He has a point, right? And then Stephen A. came and he was like, yo, he needs to sit the hell down. We don't want to hear from him. And he pretty much saying, because when the players was doing the opposite, we wasn't hearing from you, so we don't want to hear from you now. And you only saying something because it's affecting your player. Well, when it was reversed and all that stuff, and people were purposely taking off games and this, that, and the third, y'all didn't do that. Y'all didn't say anything. So don't say nothing now. And they went over some things like stats of 10 years ago, guys played 92% of the games, the Stars, and up to Opposed a couple of years ago, I think it was 77%. And then last year, or a couple of years ago, it was 50-some. No, last year was 70-some%. And then I think a few years ago, it was in the 50s, 52% or something like that. That's like, man, y'all niggas get paid, right? And he said, y'all did it to yourselves. I agree with him. With this one, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't agree with him with much, but this one, I'm gonna slightly agree with him, because it's like, yo, fam, y'all did this to yourselves, man. And he mentioned some shit, some key things. Their disregard for the disrespect to the game, disrespect to the fans, and disregard about the fans' feelings. They brought up, instances with like Steve Kerr and how he sat 4 players down, or when they came to the Garden, you only come to the Garden once a year. Garden tickets cost bread, B. You know what I'm saying? Like the fucking bleacher seats is like $1,500. Damn near, you know what I'm saying? Like, still sick. But yeah, man, like excuse me. This is ridiculous, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I've been saying that shit for years, man. I've said this shit. I'm telling you, man, like, and that's why I had to gotta make my videos. This is my own evidence that I'll be saying certain shit, and then that should be manifesting later on. Not that I'm some type of prophet or something. I'm not. I'm human. But I'll be seeing the shit, and I'll be saying the shit to myself, or I'll say it to others. And then, you know what I'm saying, then the shit be happening later on. I can't really prove that I said it, but I said this shit years ago. The disrespect to the fans, man. Probably in one of my old tweets, like, yo, there's no regard for the fans. And these kids, they don't play basketball. These young kids now, they want a ball. It's the generation that came before them. That generation that Kobe was in the middle of, but that, like, Dwayne Wade, LeBron, they were balling when they came in the league. When Wade was dealing with a lot of injuries, but he would play. They wasn't thinking about load managing. Load managing actually started with San Antonio, and then these guys took it to another level. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with the Big Three. The Big Three started in Boston, but then guys took it to another level, and now everybody wanted a Big Three. And then the way it was done, particularly the way LeBron and them did it, was we're going to team up together on purpose. When you looked at the way Boston did it, those was through trades and shit like that. Not players conspiring. Hey, I want to go play here, free agent, or trade me to this, forcing their way out and all this shit. Nah, I'm saying that was done a little bit more subtle. The way, and the same thing with the load management. The load management, Greg Popovich was trying to rest some of his guys because they were older players like Duncan and Ginobili and Parker. Like give them a little rest. I think the better way to do it is reduce the playing time. You don't always got to play a guy 35, 40 minutes a night. You can give him 10, 15 minutes. If you feel like, hey, I want to get this guy some rest, I'll play you a couple of minutes each quarter. And reduce his minutes. And you can, preserve your guys and still have them on court. Even if you play 15, 20 minutes a night. I mean, a day that you want to really rest him, unless he's, I can understand a game or two, you sit out for some rest. You guys get millions of dollars. And y'all got about, like Stephen A. said, get about 4 months off. You're off from the end of June. So let's see, you off from July, August, September, October, the season starts. So you got about 3.5 months to rest your body. You're getting paid way more money. And this is why, they hate us older folks that bring up the past. But we have to, because we saw all of this shit play out before and we're seeing it today. So if we're trying to tell you, like I said in one of my previous videos, if I'm trying to tell you, this is what we saw, and this is why we think this is better, just acknowledge that, man. Like, excuse me. Even if you don't agree, you can acknowledge it, man. And you know what I'm saying? You may not always agree, but don't try to make it seem like we're a bunch of haters and we just don't want to see y'all shine. That's not it. What it is we watch guys, right, that didn't get paid nowhere near what you was getting paid. Some of these guys was making what I make a year. And they were out there every game, playing hard, ready to play, weren't getting injured like that. Balling, athletic. They played in cheaper clothing. Like, they didn't play in all this expensive sneakers and nice outfits. They didn't have all these training facilities. They didn't have all this shit. And we watched these guys play their hardest and play in a more physical era. In every sport, man. From baseball to baseball's not really a physical sport at all, but the intensity level was better back in the days, right? It was more interesting. Basketball definitely is a physical sport. Not physical as football, but it's physical. You're running up and down, constantly jumping, banging bodies, you know what I'm saying? Like, and then you got football, definitely physical. And you had guys that, like Joe Montana, they didn't look like he had a muscle on his body. Second best quarterback, or some people, I still think he's the GOAT that ever touched the football. So at the end of the day, these guys, look at Babe Ruth, man. Did he look like the typical athlete today? You know what I'm saying? He's up there in home runs. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, at the end of the day, even boxing, man, boxing was more brutal. Them dudes was fighting 30 rounds and shit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, fighting in the sun and all that shit. They didn't have all of this technology and different training regimens and all this extra shit that these guys got, and they were more durable, man. Food was different, air was different. You know what I'm saying? Like they were more naturally gifted, you know what I'm saying, than we were. You know what I'm saying? That we, not saying that we can't do what they did, but we don't have to. I said, like in the NBA, they run up and down on a fast break and shoot three. You would have did that back in the days, they would have benched you. Because they're like, why are you shooting a three on a fast break? You go to the basket. You spread the floor, pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? One guy dribble, try to drive to the basket and draw your defender towards you and kick it to the open guy or the trailer. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying they don't do that in today's game, but today's game is like they'll run to the 3-point line before they do that. Then you don't have post play. You don't have very much post players. So it's like the game is a faster pace, but it's a faster pace just shooting threes. Like so you know what I'm saying? It's the way the game is played is totally inflated. Less defense, the more hand checking. You got zone defense now. So it's easier for guys to preserve themselves and play longer and still be effective. You had guys in the old days, games more physical. You had elbow, you know what I'm saying? Niggas putting a form on you. These niggas barely touch you now. Niggas hand checking you. You went in the post more. Your big men played more traditional. It's not that they couldn't go out and do the things that these guys doing. All they doing is jacking threes. You know what I'm saying? Like, but not to get off point. Back on topic. But the 65 game rule, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, these kids did that shit to themselves, man. I think they take the game more serious. And it's not that they don't take it serious. I just think that they need to take it more serious. And honor the fans, play the game. I think the young kids is playing. Unless you severely hurt, get out there and ball, man. And speaking of that, the one thing I can say, and I don't know if it's an indictment on the talent in today's game, or it could be just good coaching. I'm going to look at good coaching. I've watched a lot of teams over the last couple of years. When the top players go out, still play at a high level. You know what I'm saying? We watched the Eagles win the Super Bowl with a backup quarterback, Nick Foles. I watched the other night a couple of basketball games. I think it was the Lakers. Who the hell are they playing? Were they playing I know the Timberwolves is playing the Celtics. They had all their horses and they didn't have Anthony Edwards on Minnesota, and they still found a way to win that game. Then I think it was the Lakers. Who the hell were they playing the other night that they lost? Who the hell were they playing, man? And they lost the game. A game they shouldn't have lost, man. Who's they playing against, man? I know they guy wasn't playing. It's gonna come back to me, but they, you know what I'm saying? We starting to see a lot of teams, right? They play alright when you know what I'm saying. Not saying that they don't need their star, they need the star, but some of these teams they play okay when they're still an alright team whenever they can just ball. Even in football, we watch the quarterback go down some of these games, and another quarterback come in and get the cooking, man. Or the defense rallies. They'll find a way to win the game. We see it now. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of that is coaching, and a lot of it too could be, teams playing, playing to their competition. Thinking, well, the quarterback ain't there, they ain't gonna score much, and then they think they got this in the bag and have a rude awakening coming to them. I'm still trying to remember who the Lakers played the other day where they lost. Oh, Detroit. No Cade Cunningham, and they still lost. So these coaches are coaching, man. You know what I'm saying? And when these players go down, other players are stepping up. So you would think, back in the days, and this is what I'm saying, back in the days, coach your best player goes down, the team's tanking, man. Like, they trash now. Like, they don't win those games like that. Now, best player go down, he's out for 2 weeks. Next thing you know, your team playing 6 games. They might be 3-3 in them 6 games, or 5-2 in them 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and now they like, damn, we were playing good without him. Even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one year when Morant got hurt, the Grizzlies are still winning games. So, you know, if you let these coaches coach, they could probably get results, man. But yeah, back to the 65 game shit. I agree with Stephen A, man. I think that I think, but they also said modifications should be made. I think that if a guy's a clear cut, you know, candidate for like all NBA, MVP, you know, and he plays close to 65 games and he gets hurt, I think you got to look at that and say, nah, you know what? It's not like he was purposely not playing. You know, let's look at, you know what I'm saying, like giving him a chance or making an exception. Excuse me. I think they can do that, man. But anyways, man, let me let you guys go. Still coughing, still sick. You know, go downstairs, get my clothes. Aaron Judge, man, you got to step up this year, man. And you know, he steps up every year as far as the regular season. I'm talking about the Yankees can get to the postseason. You know, they didn't really do much to upgrade their roster as far as the bats, but the pitcher staff. If the pitcher staff is healthy, the Yankees, you know what I'm saying, they can go to the chip. I don't see how you stop him, man. If you get that kid Cam, if he can, he's not going to pitch. Obviously, I doubt he pitches lights out like he did in the playoffs. But if he can get you anywhere from 12 to 15 wins this year, Fry can get you 18 to 20 wins. Garrett Cole come back in May, June, and give you at least 10 wins. And Rodon and who's with the other guy, Schmidt. If you can get at least 25 wins out of those guys, with the bullpen and the bats got to show up. Like they did earlier on ESPN, they made a good point. The Yankees don't have bats that can just, they don't got situational hitting, and they don't have like just contact hitters. Everything is swing for the fence, and you gotta get on base and manufacture runs. That's what the young lady Mendoza, she said, and I totally agree with that, man. Get on base, man. You know what I'm saying? Score some runs, steal some bases, man. Play baseball, small ball, and then the bats will come through, man. But you gotta give them another threat. Can't just be one, oh, we're gonna get a man on base and a home run. No. Some games you're gonna have to manufacture some runs, man. But anyway, let me get off this shit, man. I'm out, man. Mayface Publishing, man. Peace.